Oh my God. Roman Reigns just destroyed his cousin Jey Uso. Guys, I just finished watching Clash of Champions about 10, 20 minutes ago, and my goodness, after an amazing back and forth matchup that, Roman pretty much toyed with Jey throughout a lot of the match, but Jey got a lot of offense in. Jey nearly had me thinking he was gonna win the title when he hit him with the splash from the top rope. He hit him with two suicidas out of nowhere. I mean, there was a lot of times where he caught Roman off guard because of Roman playing around with him and toying with him and constantly shouting at him that he was the head chief and other things I couldn't really hear. But my goodness, Roman Reigns, after just being sick of Jey hitting him in the way that he did with the super kick that came out of nowhere, speared him once, didn't go for the pin, speared him again, and destroyed him until he would say the words that he was the head chief of the family, that he was the chief of the family, and I like the way that they came out. Jey had the little Samoan little brace on his neck, the excuse me, I'm not really good with what it's called, but he had that little thing on his neck, and Roman ended up putting it, and Paul Heyman put it on him after the match was over. My goodness, what a destructive way for Roman Reigns, so bad that Jey Uso came out. He even warned the ref, because the ref was going to ring the bell, but he even told the ref to not ring the bell. He told the ref to not stop the match, and it took for Jimmy Uso to come out looking as if he was limping because he's still injured, to throw in the towel to stop the match because of the constant beatdown that Roman Reigns was giving Jey for refusing to say that he was the chief of the family, to refusing to say that he was the head of the table. My goodness, what a story. This buildup has been incredible. You want to talk about Roman Reigns being a heel? You want to talk about when him really establishing himself as a heel? Well, he just did here. This is the full establishment of Roman Reigns as a heel. He was already a heel when he came back to SummerSlam, but like I said at the time, I didn't quite want to say it just yet because we've seen many occasions where Roman have come out and done things that were heelish, but he still kind of acted as a tweener. But at this point, after seeing the way he destroyed his cousin Jey Uso in this match, it's pretty safe to say that he is a full blown heel. And this is the thing that a lot of people were saying that they wanted to see in this match. But I got to give it to him. They gave Jey a lot of offense, a lot of big moves that he hit Roman with. Like I said, he caught him with a super kick at one point in the match. He hit him with a splash that nearly had me thinking that was it. He hit him with like two suicidas from outside of the ring. I mean, he hit him with a lot of good offense in this match. But Roman Reigns, dished out a move that I've never really seen Roman ever do. Hit him with one Superman punch. But mostly Roman Reigns was just, trash talking to him, just saying all types of stuff to Jey Uso throughout the match, not taking him very seriously. But it got he as the more and more and more that Jey Uso kept going after Roman, it just made him more angry and more angry and more angry and more angry, to the point where he speared Jey and didn't go for the pin. I thought he was gonna go for the pin. I thought that was gonna be it, but no, he just wanted to plant the seeds. He wanted to make it worse. He speared him, went for the pin, stopped the pin, speared him again, kept beating him down because Jey refused to say he was head of the table, refused to say he was the chief of the family, and just kept beating him down all the way for Jimmy to come out. I mean, Jey was just defenseless, and I knew at some point someone was going to come out. And at first, I nearly thought Jimmy was going to, help Roman, but my goodness, he threw in the towel after just a amazing matchup right here. And I got to give it to Roman for his constant creativity, of just kind of shifting things around with these two guys. You got to give it to both guys. Jey cut one of probably the best promos I ever heard him cut on Roman this past week on SmackDown, basically saying, when people look at him, they always question, which one are you? And he was going to win a universal title. That that's not going to. Why does it always have to be you? And it was just such a passionate promo that Jey cut. And Jey's already pretty good with promos, him and his brother Jimmy. But this was just very passionate to be on his own. And We really got to see what Jey is made of in this match. And, Roman, my goodness, you got to give it to him. The build up to this match, the match itself was just, in my opinion, perfect execution, just amazing execution between the two, absolutely incredible. And, you kind of knew that eventually I didn't see Roman just beating him and then pinning him, and that was it. I could tell, especially from the way SmackDown ended, where he got furious after Jey said he was going to win the Universal title, hit him with a Superman punch as Jey was about to leave from the apron, and told him, you will never take my place as the head of the table. You could just see with the fears in his eyes on SmackDown that he was going to destroy Jey Uso, but he just went piece by piece by piece, and he took it so slow, and it was almost like he was just enjoying it. He just took it piece by piece by piece, and was just destructive on Jey Uso. My goodness, guys. Oh my God, what a way to end the show. What a pay-per-view. What a match. My God. I mean, and don't get me wrong, this wasn't the only match that I thought was incredible. This definitely, I think, delivered as a main event. We start off with the ladder match, and, Sami Zayn won that, and probably one of the most creative ways I've ever seen, chaining up Jeff Hardy to the ladder with his ear, with the key, chaining up to that, and chaining up AJ Styles to the ladder with some locks, and managed to grab both titles. That was pretty different. I've never really seen something like that happen in a triple threat ladder match, but that was pretty different. So that was a pretty uh, amazing match right there. Jeff Hardy hit Sami Zayn with a swanton through the ladder. So you kind of knew you were going to see a lot of good high spots in that match. So there was a lot of brutal high spots in that match. So that match was a pretty good match. You know, oh man, I thought that I thought Asuka and Selena Vega Raw Women's Championship match was pretty decent. I didn't expect for Selena Vega to actually shake her hand at the end, and she didn't. She did a violent and attacked her as I expected to happen. So there were some other things. I thought the Drew and Randy Orton thing, kind of came up to bite Orton at the end of it, because everyone who he attacked came back to hunt him, from Rick, from Big Show to Christian when they were backstage, to Shawn Michaels when he was on top, when he was on the top of the ambulance truck, to Ric Flair actually driving the ambulance truck when Randy Orton was inside of it, after Drew hit him with a plunt to get back at Orton. So that match was pretty intense. But this right here to be the main event, was just well executed. A lot of other matches that were on the card, some that I just think have really passed their course. But I wouldn't mind, if Jey Uso. I don't know when Jimmy Uso is going to be cleared to get back in the ring. I know he's been injured ever since WrestleMania, but I would love to see him have a showdown with Roman. You can see how furious he was, after watching Roman do what he did to Jey, and I really thought he was going to attack Jimmy, but he didn't. And so, maybe we could also be seeing him go toe to toe with Jimmy. I don't think this family rivalry is over quite yet. I mean, of course, there's this big rumor that The Rock may come back and face Roman at WrestleMania next year. But I just think in general, I don't think it's over yet. Maybe we could be seeing him square off against Jimmy when Jimmy comes back. And honestly, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, this was the best we got to see of Jey by himself without Jimmy. And I don't think it's over, but at the same time, we also know, based on the way Alexa looked at Roman when she was leaving, that kind of foreshadowed that his business with the Fiend isn't quite over yet. So it's quite interesting to see where they're going to go with this. Obviously, after Roman destroying Jey in that fashion, I think this is far from over. But man, what a match! Roman just couldn't win the easy way. He had to destroy. Jey in the possible way that I think a lot of people kind of expected to happen, and what a way it did. Wow, what a match! And one thing I will say about this pay-per-view is we only had one disqualification, so never pay-per-view with mostly clean finishes, with the exception of the Raw Tag Team title match, which I'm not really going to say anything about that match, but we mostly had another pay-per-view with mostly clean finishes, so that's a good thing. So, like I said, just man, what a match. What a beatdown, my God. Oh, man. That's all I got to say, guys. Sorry, Master Flex. All right.